Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. So, before you think, oh god, no, not more of this boring shit, I do concur that I actually agree how this is not very exciting commentary, especially not for an hour plus kind of series what I did as far as the Nightmare Zone plans are concerned. So, indeed, while I'm still going to be doing this for many, many hours yet, despite my status looking better, like, this is where I would say I'm borderline ready for bossing, like at least as long as I'm out, and that, you know, as a tank, or ranging for Kriara, you know, meleeing for King Blood Dragon, maging for Scorpion, maybe participating as part Coral Beast, but we shall see. Yes, so alongside with those plans, I'd wager that indeed Sefsky has a lot to go, but yeah, he's on his way, but that's not the whole point of this one. No, no, no. It's this right here. So, I just want to preface one thing because I might surprise some to you. Yes, the Alchemical Hydra Pet. You know, I gotta say, as far as actual, like, I'll show the pictures later on, but my god, I did not deserve to get as early as I did. Like, there's early and then there's what the fuck. And yeah, you'll know based on reaction that it was superb. Really superb. Also, yeah, wearing that gives you a skull, which is lol, because I thought that was a free-to-play item, you know, like, there's a two-way kind of unique thing, so one, it gives you, like, best slot stats cake for free-to-play, and two, it counters this by being skulled, so it's not like, oh, just, it's, you know, there is a considered disadvantage. If you die, especially doing a boss thing, you lose everything. But it does give you a nice boost stat that you wouldn't have had beforehand. So, there is that much. Also, what I'm going to do, indeed, I am going to, I don't know if I could, yeah, I've got this little speed thing here because it's going to take way too long for me to actually get started, so, can I land on 3? There we go. Alright, so, maybe just skim right through this, and yeah, I'm going to be up front, and that, as far as what happened with the last one, there was at least some interesting things going on, and whilst it still remains true for this, I'm kind of a bit, oh, fuck, yeah, I'm kind of a bit disappointed in terms of this one. You want to know the reason why is, despite being a really juicy target, and you'll notice, I have my private set to on, meaning anybody can send a message to me. And I did that intentionally for a full fucking hour. Despite all of that, not one, well actually no, there was one, but not a scam one, and it's like, damn, was I just not juicy enough? Like, you know, I'm skilled enough. Like, I think what it was is maybe I was too obvious, maybe the skull thing set off and that, you know, and then it's just, oh, just ignore that guy, he's trying to bait us or some shit, you know. Yeah, probably that was it. We'll just say that much. I'd only got skulled for, like, you know, a good portion of it because I actually equipped it just to show off there, but hey ho, hey ho. Yeah, there's a reason I went right with the set as well, and in fact, since this isn't going to be a super exciting, also readjusting again because holy fuck that bang. There we go. So, as far as the reason why, well, alright, I'll get into, well, what I'll do is I'll show up the first 5 here, and it'll be a very usual one, starting off with, second Ranger's Tunic, exactly 100 elite clues, and it's only worth not even half of it. I think it used to be a little over 10 mil, now it's not even 5 mil anymore. Yep, damn, it crashed, but I gotta say, luck's on my side as far as elites are concerned, you know, like, that's another big one, you know, just too bad it's only 5 fucking mil now, and not even that. Boy. Gotta love that though. But yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Ferocious Alchemical Hydra. Indeed, this is quite the unique boss with how it plays with the whole elements and that, and it's actually quite dangerous if you don't pay attention to the whole mage and range kind of, you know, to pay attention how often like how often it attacks you, because one of the biggest problems with this boss is that it can fuck you up badly if you're not paying attention, like really bad. And you know, it's like, holy fuck, you would not know what hit you if, you know, if you're just like constantly trying to get the right prayers and that. But count to 3, I can. Yep, this right here. You have a funny feeling you're being followed, Eco Hydra? 55! What? Like, that's, for the record, this drop rate is like 1 in 3,000. This isn't even 1 in 50. Like, I would say maybe it might be the baby Jinchompa, possibly. I doubt it, but holy fuck. No, I think Jinchompa's like something about 1 in 90, 1 in 100 or something. But this comes awfully fucking close. And you know, like, Nuclear about 100, what was it? It might actually be 100, no, I think it's 130 or something, but yeah, this beats it by far. Out of the one, and it's just, holy fuck. Yeah, that's its final phase right there, the Extinguished one. You know, it's got 5 Serpentine, Electric, Fire, and Extinguished. And just, yeah, you'll notice here, actually I had to upgrade my fucking house, because yeah, I can only hold up to 6 of the other unique pets, and I don't know what the other fuck 6 are included. I don't know if it's the fishing bowl and 5 cats. I suspect one of those, yeah, the Robo-Cats included, so indeed that shall be a fun one. But yeah, don't worry, you didn't miss very much. And that, you know, like, as I say, I want to get that out of the way so you could see all the shenanigans and that, because yeah, just, holy Christ. This video was good, but I was a bit disappointed at the same time. I was hoping I would actually get some kind of, you know, one of those kind of approaches and all, but alas, that is not to be. Also, I need to pay attention. Yes, indeed, even as I'm chatting. Holy fuck. Yeah, I've had that happen a few times with Seth Skyler, just, you know, I just AFK a little too long, despite 85 prayer lasts me somewhere around 8 to 9 minutes, and then I die, and it gets me immediately kicked out, which is not fun, I can tell you that much, but god damn. Right, so, you know the drill by now. Since there's sweet hee-haw to talk about till near the end of the video, let's get right into the news. So, alright, this is a fun one right here. Alright, so, as far as the lures out there are concerned, and that certainly, they've got quite the business venture going, as you would no doubt know, and in terms of I guess the new Ancient Towers, I want to say it was released somewhere around 2 or 3 weeks ago, as of the time of this recording. Yeah, in terms of the reason why they're so dangerous, I mean, any experienced player knows that, alright, don't take teleports, because chances are it's in a dangerous location, you know, but newer players have that naivety to them, and then it's like, oh, if you fall for it, you deserve it. It's like, nah, it doesn't work like that. Like, oh yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, they fuck off and like they never come out of the game, and if you want to have more players, that's the wrong way of going about it. It's like, it's simple enough and that for Jagex to just put a warning in there, you know, like, it doesn't have to be, oh, make it right click, but then you get like, yeah, that's the whole thing, and at the end of the day, it's like, you could easily left click it, teleport, get fucked, but you could also, for the more naive players, have no warning at all, just say, oh, just right click it, you know, not know why it's a right click, you know, and then just get fucked the same way. It's tricky, that, and I believe they made a similar change at the Ferocious. It's no longer a left click kind of teleport, instead it's a right click, and that to, you know, screw over all the the luring scammers and all. Yeah, you have to wonder, like, alongside the worldy bullshit, why people don't trust PvPers anymore. It's like, oh, just risk what you're, you know, only come to risk. Except, kind of not, you know, like, those 3 protected items can suddenly become unprotected if you get skull tricked. It's like, yeah, that's, also, yeah, you see here the different, instead of range and all that, now it's the blue with a nice halo cape, and yeah, fashionscape indeed. Oh, I can get some good ones out of the Alchemical Hydra if I play my cards right, but yeah, so in terms of just how this all goes about and that, you know, it's, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the PvP scene, as you can tell. I'm just skull tricking. It's a whole fucking farce, and that, let's be frank with each other. It's not what I would call a sincere scene at that. And personally, nah, it doesn't really do it for me. Sorry, but that's the way you gotta go about it. Indeed. So, as far as that's concerned, they've got that fixed, and at least, well, now they've got both the right click and the warrant, so there is that. Now, a little surprise duo update is, you know, one of the smaller communities, not the skiller ones, I'm talking about the fucking real small ones, like, you know, Minigate folks and all that, like, yeah, they got their own little surprise, as Jagex now getting serious with actually updating a bunch of minigames, you know, Castle Wars, Trouble Brewing, that fucking Mauritania one that almost nobody does, you know, a bunch of other minigames as well. And even including that really dead one in Berthobe that literally fuck all people play nowadays, when, you know, it could be made a free-to-play thing. And its attraction's no longer what it once was, so, you know, if you're free-to-play, it's not like, oh, you know, no, I've got members, I've got to be doing money-making stuff. No, it's free-to-play, just do it your off time, but I would. And honestly, I would sincerely play some of it, and I don't know what to compare it from, but, you know, I wouldn't mind that, you know, it would be at least fun in a weird kind of way, I wouldn't mind that too much, you know, but, yeah, so, as far as the other one, and indeed you'll know about this by now, Soul Wars, indeed they've officially gone golden as far as getting it put forward and that, and they're actually, I think they're going to be pulling, I don't know, no, actually not, sorry, I'll correct myself, it's actually already been polled and it's passed, and I don't know exact pass rate, it's something about 82-85%. Yeah, it's coming out at some point in January next year and that, which is unfortunate because it's going to be a little while before I can eventually cover it myself, but at least it's coming relatively soonish, and that, which ought to be fun alongside with the new Winter, not Winter Toad, like, was Winter Toad fishing boss, but now it's going to be something completely different, so we shall see what that entails. And then, well, hopefully, you know, people have been saying that as far as the minigame scene, it's just not what it used to be, and I would have to agree to some extent, because it's like, you know, people these days are, you know, we're not kids anymore, you know, we're adults, we've got less time on average. There'll still be kids playing, and I know that was just as old as adults playing back then, but we've all grown older on average, and the older kids these days are most likely going to see RuneScape as old, kind of dated, and only else to see that fire one as well. Yeah, just old dated, and you know, it's not the same, and that, you know, but can you really blame them on that? And that's why minigames as a whole are just not as they used to be, and I think that's also is a bit of a downward spiral, because less people playing, the fewer people would be playing, kind of don't feel compelled to, because there's not as much, they piss off and do other things, that small group becomes even smaller, you know. Yeah, it's a bit of a vicious cycle, so all you're left with is the dedicated players who end up being quite good at the game, but almost too good, to a point that, you know, bloody hell, to a point where the casuals just can't be fucked with it. And yeah, that's what ends up in the situation with Castle Wars and likes. It's not a good look, but truly, what could you do about it, you know? Also, yeah, check utet, yeah, see, this is what happens if you end up, bloody hell. Yeah, going from the Varrock Bank to the Verix Enclave, and still nobody took me up my offer. I'm a bit disappointed. I didn't quite go outside because I thought there might be some sneaky, you know, trick that could get to kill me, and then I would lose, not like all my bank, but a decent bit, and nah, I didn't want to risk it. Yeah, no, so, yeah, fun times with that, but anywho, yes, so, as far as what comes after that, this, unfortunately, is a bit of a hilarious move and that, and it's a bit saddening how people, well, some people anyway, treat this as being, oh, this is a triumph against botting, but yeah, Jagex made an announcement that they've shut down 2 big, quote-unquote, you know, botting websites, that being RS Botting, a really popular one at the time, you know, Powerbot. Essentially, one's not really that popular, and that actually was super popular, but it's now horribly outdated and is known as a power ban, and that by some of the bot community, because it's that shit and that, and it's like, you go after the easy targets and that. And the easy targets, which, bear in mind, even the easy ones can just like rebrand themselves, you know. I've always suspected what would be the real solution, you know, the kind of, how would you say it, to strike fear into, you know, people. And it's a controversial one, I know, but it's the whole thing about getting them sort of jailed and, you know, I know there's that thing with countries, extradition, you know, it's like, really make them fucking afraid to like, but it's a funny weird line with that, because then people start to become uncomfortable. It's like, oh, you know, if I do this, obviously a legal thing, it's like, oh, you know, it's weird, that's what I'm trying to say, but it's an expensive move. I can understand why Jagex doesn't really want to fork out the cash just to make an example of criminals, and not just one, but maybe multiple, like they did here, and that, you know, like 2 or 3, just enough to get all but the most dedicated and that to fuck off, and that, just out of fear that they themselves might lose everything and be arrested. You know, that is a powerful tool, that, but I mean, this is Fukong we're talking about, or no, I should say MacArthur Fortune Holdings, and pseudo British indeed, and yeah. So essentially the Chinese, they're not interested, and they never were to begin with, and that, so frankly, all due respect, and I think we are stuck with these bots for quite a long time. Also, yeah, I need your bow, oh boy, yeah, there was that Rambo Tanks, and indeed he was wondering about some Aussie fellow, and but alas, he was mistaken on that front. But anyway, yeah, going on from that one, let's see. Oh yeah, this is another one that actually fun enough to do with Runelight. Yeah, so this website here, Runelight Wiki, is posing as the official runelight.net, and it managed to convince it managed to convince, I believe, somewhere around several hundred, and that to be scanned for what I can imagine would only be, if not billions, tens of billions of GP, and that was causing a lot of people, like, there's been a lot of funny things about that, just the whole people getting scammed and that, and, you know, hacked, and that's one plausible line where it's just people have not been aware that they've been duped or, you know, had a security flaw. You know, this is why I don't bother, like, anything that gives you a bit of a luxury advantage, and that. And I will admit, even with the calculator websites, I'm a bit wary of and that, you know, I would say it's people putting your name and all that. I never fucking do that. Just put it from the start, say what the exact number is, and you can work it out, and there you go. They don't have to know what your exact name is, and call it paranoia if you will, but at the end of the day, it's about keeping yourself 100% safe, and you don't take any chances with that, you know. I mean, fuck, God knows what it's like with my job and all that, and I'm a bit glad for that, because as far as the finances are concerned, at least I know how to handle that, but there's a lot of stuff in network security that you'd be surprised can easily slip by, and well, I mean, I don't blame some people on that for being, you know, like, gullible, but at the same time, you got to be really cautious at the end of the day. Also, yeah, this look here, damn, this is a sick look. If only I kept the fucking natives not face scar instead of their model helm like a tit. And this is kind of ultimate fashion escape I would be going with as far as showing my richness and that and free to play. The only thing is that the boots aren't as expensive as Pegassians, but oh well. Maybe I could switch to Pegassians or something, you know, instead of the, I think it's the Brimstone, no, Guardian boots and that. But it's hella fashionscape indeed. Oh boy. So let's get back to, yes, there we go. Alright. So as far as news after that, let's see. Alright, so what poll 70, fuck, not 70, yeah, 73, what poll 73 came up was very interesting, I have to say. Because among a bunch of other minor to semi-important changes, one of the big one actually was yeah, you'll know it, the rev changes and that, you know, Revenant Caves and all. Yeah, with this proposal of what is a rather unusual, unique single plus zone. Yes, you heard me right, single plus. So what's the concept of single plus essentially? Well, you know how in single, that's it, you know, when you attack someone, it attacks you and you're stuck in that fight for good until one of you dies. In multi, anything goes, and that, you know, you can be tanked 1 to 50, you know, 20 against 20, you know, it goes anywhere, you know. So as many can attack you or as little as can, you know, it's that kind of thing. Single plus has a weird twist, like, it's still single, but essentially if you're fighting a monster on that, and a PK wants to fight you, they have higher priority. So what does that mean? Alright, so let's just say some monster attacks you, or you attack it, and you gain some PVM fight. Now, if a PKer comes all halfway through the fight and they want PQ, normally they couldn't, but with single plus, they can now do just that. Just little attack, and suddenly you're taken right off the fight from the damaged, Revenant. And that means the Revenant can't attack you anymore. And it's just as you can't take it, because it's like a shift in a way. This works in reverse, but it doesn't work in reverse. So if you're starting a PK fight, but you're getting tanked, and that, the way it works in that, I don't know if there's an exact time limit, like, normally if you say, get about a good 10, have to be at least, good 10 seconds or so, and then you manage to, like, get yourself attached to a monster, sabre yourself down to 0, and you're just punching it whilst hopefully it doesn't do too much damage to you, they can't do anything about it. I don't know if there's a higher limit, so that you can't just, run around for a bit and then just tie yourself to a monster until it goes away and then you can just make a run for it. It doesn't quite work like so from what I understand, but obviously there's concerns with Raggers and that, just Venezuelans and that, adapting to new ones. So instead of trying to kill you, they just try to waste your time and that, and then as the fuck off, like Satan's Bulwark, really defensive, takes a lot of damage, they try and actually get through them, and then when they're about to die, they just fuck off, or get somebody else to rag on you. That's the interesting part, constantly getting ragged till you just give up. Yeah, it's a bit of a damning one, I'm not gonna lie, but this is the situation we face ourselves in. Also, I'm curious, how much time do I have left? Right, actually no, I'll probably have to stop this video as soon as, but yeah, so what I'll do, I'll just please, fuck me, I'm having a bit of a tongue twister today. Yeah, I'll leave this video as is in normal speed from here on out, and yes, I reckon, well, I'll be keen to talk more about the Revenant case, but there's one other thing I want to talk about alongside showing a couple other things off that. Well, let's just say things are not looking so good as far as Mauritania and the swamp are concerned. That much is concerned. However, well, I'll combine this video instead of last time, so at least I'm not taking the piss and in terms of actually trying to stretch this video out. But till then, folks, well, actually, I'll see you in just a moment. And back at it. I think I got the timing right there, but we shall see. So, yeah, right back to what my little conversation was about, because this video was about to wrap up and that. So, as far as what the general feelings are on this whole Revenant's case, indeed, a lot of people are concerned that this makes the multi-scene pretty much dead, clans and all, but it ends up, rewarding the gold farmers even more, because at least they had to put in the effort to try and coordinate and kill people trying to intrude on their gold sort of farms and all that. But now, it's a different strategy. And I'll get an easier one at that. Just make yourself tanky and that. And I don't know how it works, because the thing is, chances are they'll have to skull and that, which means that if they're wearing like pretty good gear to tank, yeah, they're still running the risk, like, whereas before they knew they were going to die, they just countered it by not having much good gear. So yeah, indeed, that was that 1 hour just being rather uneventful, and as you know, it's my preference, and that's a fire one, of course, and it looks very much badass, but I'll give the black one a close second. Yeah, man, good old fashioned scape. At least it'll be skilling a lot more interesting than that, I'll say that much. But anyway, yeah, just this whole thing and about Jagex not really committing, like, the misunderstand community. In fact, I used to hear it's something to do, like, I hear there's a similar problem going on in a World of Warcraft Classic with Blizzard, Activision or Acti Blizzard, and I'm not really sure what name they go under anymore, because they seem to be so similar and all, but alas, they seem to have a similar problem with not really communicating with customers properly. Oh, fuck off. Yeah. Albeit, I will say that in terms of, they don't really have a polling system from what I understand, and that they just try to gauge the customers. Also, I completely forgot. Yeah, what is this? Huh? Yeah, okay. I promised I'd talk about this, so let's get right into it. But before that, indeed, got to top that. Alright, what the fuck is this? Yeah, Hydra Claw. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's not quite it, but still, that's a... I think it creates the brimstone ring. Like, you have to get 3 pieces, the eye, the heart, and I forget the third piece, and that, some lung or some shit, and that. But, yeah, the Hydra's eye. Not what I was hoping for. It's like basically a worse version of Abyssal Sire, but still nice to get, I suppose. But the Hydra's Claw. Holy fuck. Anyone who's done the whole Dragon Hunter Lance grind, by God, you have to see this. Jesus Christ, a 1 in 1,000 drop, and I get 77 kills after getting a 1 in 3,000 drop. God damn, like, you don't know why I'm so excited. Like, it's good, but you want to see how good it is? May I add, the Dragon Hunter Lance used to be around 9,500 mil a few months ago, and Xanarhasta was no more than 60 mil at that point. Yes, this was almost an 80 mil drop a few months ago. So, yeah, in theory, I lost about... This would normally be like easily 18 to 20 mil higher. And probably not, actually, probably above 80 mil if I'm being honest. So yeah, I've lost at least 20 mil during its prime. It's now going down. But, fuck it. It's now officially my new best drop. Finally decrowning the Sarah Hill at its best, which I thought when I was going up I was going to hit like 43 mil, now topped up about 42 and a bit. Yeah, no, 43 point, I won't say 6 mil, but it might be 43.0, but yeah, 59.4 mil, topping it. That'll be a hard one to beat, I can tell you that much, unless we get lucky yet again, but I doubt it. Yeah, no. Yes, this is a fun one for... Yeah, the Queen of British Cats, a Ferocious Alchemical Hydra. You might realise that's not quite how it should be, but fun teases indeed. So, getting back to this is indeed this moment where I was getting ready to fuse this most powerful weapon indeed, and you see it there and that. I think it's still the same price roughly, and I didn't really change much at all, but see with that, 74.9 mil. Of course, it didn't in the Hasta, unfortunately, because Ferocious was being a fucking bitch about it, you know. Yeah, I gotta say this, over 400 kills, not one speared. It's most common unique, by the way. Also, Virtue, yeah, you actually got knowledge in that. Damn, but oh well. So, yeah, see with that. And indeed, finally, you get to see this in. What a splendid moment it is. Ah, boy. Yeah, these tits were getting in the way, and that. Armour going up and down. Boy. But yeah, see this here? And what an epic kind of fuse it will be. This is one of these few unique ones as well. It's like, holy Christ. Yeah, look at that. The Dragon Hunter Lance. And I can actually say I mostly earned it. Yeah, look at that. Oh, Christ. This... Now, you'll notice the stats, and I think the attack and there's no prayer, defense is fuck all, and the attack is slightly worse. So you think, why the fuck did you do this again? Because, and unfortunately it's only 20% better at killing dragons, not 30% like the Dragon Hunter crossbow, which is very strange, but indeed this is almost like in a best assault kind of weapon kind of way, and hot damn. Oh boy, what a beautiful one, eh? But that's not all. For you see, right after I get to topping this up yet again, because I don't want to fuck this up. Indeed, with this whole thing in regards to it, yeah, no, I didn't sell it before you ask, and I actually still have it, but my original plan was to get Dragon Hunter Lance if I got a really good amount of money, with the event account being struggling and that, you know? Because it was like 10, 50 mil, yeah, 50 mil cheaper. Well, you know what happened when I actually got the fucking Dragon Hunter Lance? Yeah, selling all that loot. Yeah. And you see here, it's like, holy crap. This was me getting all that juicy loot from Konara Slayer and that, you know, it's like, not too bad. So you see here, 9.8 mil, and then combine that with the other one, that sure, about 59 mil I think it did. Yeah, pretty sure it did. So you see here, oh damn, 59.6 mil. And you want to see what the price of Vernic Hilt is now? Considering that I say I'm buying it, it should be somewhat obvious. And that, you know, as you see here, yeah, Dragon Defender. And that's such an iconic weapon, yet the Vernic Hilt is something quite extraordinary. Yep, it's crashed badly, and that, you know, like, and I'm glad for it. Like, no fucking way was I paying. Even I still think just under 60 mil is a bit of a rip-off price. But look here, 57.3 mil, and it will probably crash still. I will not be surprised if I find a year that's cut down to like 25 mil or less. If not, maybe about 30, 35. But fuck it, it's about time I got it. And that, you know, the only thing about this is that, unfortunately, that's it, it's stuck. You know, you can remove the hilt, but the hilt gets destroyed whilst the Dragon Defender remains fine as is. So that means that's about 57 mil I can never recuperate. Not that I plan to anyhow. But yeah, you see here, indeed, fuse the two. Yeah, you will not be able to reobtain yet, warns you about that, but fuck it. It's about time. I think that's the only thing I wanted to do, just make sure, see the stats and all that, so you get a rough idea. And yep, here we are, the Vernic Defender. Quite the sort of blessed elite weapon as it were. And that, though, a lot of people say this is actually one of the worst melee upgrades to get, like you should get to the very end, but you know me, I do things by expenses, you know. I still feel like the weapon, you know, the Blaze Elder, the Rapier, and the Inquisitor's Mace, nah, they're all very late purchases, you know, as one would expect. Now, however, getting to a most interesting one indeed. Yeah, so you see here, Corporal Beast. What's going on? No, I did not get a sigil, although I would have fucking screamed off the roof. I would have recorded it right there and then, regardless of what was going on, if I got a sigil, you know that much. But nah. I would have went for another 8 kills, but I just thought, fuck it, I had a elite clue I wanted to be doing. And I don't know if I'd done it, I want to say I done it right at that point, and that, yeah, so, wasn't anything spectacular, other than being, I guess, awfully British-like, getting a fucking monarch crown and a monocle, and alongside Gielinor and all that shit, while I was so happened to be watching a critique on the famous bloody that sci-fi show Doctor Who, yeah. So it was very British clue indeed, but otherwise it was kind of pish. And even though it was like 250k, like, yeah, it was just at best slightly above average, but not really anything excited over. But hey ho, hey ho. So yeah, as you'll see here, this is pretty much me finally getting around to what is this unique update of opening Spirit Seed packs. You know, like they made an update because people having so many Spirit Seeds just couldn't be bothered, really, you know, growing them, and you know, they had, I guess, alright experience in that, you know, a third little one in a way, but because it took so long to grow, it's like, it's not consistent, so essentially they gave you an alternative. If you didn't want to really grow them, you could then trade them for seeds that had value. And this is where she comes in right here. And yep, believe me, it took quite some time. And it's not like, yeah, it's not noted or anything. You have to actually treat those all as objects, and it took some time, I'll say that much. But as you'll see unfolding that, I managed to end up getting just over 6 mil, which is supposedly estimated to be over 100k, but because of, you know, Twitch Prime and shit and that, it's actually closer to 80k per pack. Which is pish, but I've had a little plan around that, and you might see it later on, and it depends if I recorded it or not. But anywho, while that's ongoing, I may as well get around to what is the big news, and also save myself from getting killed here. Alright, so as far as the big news, I mean, I'm jumping way ahead here, you know, there's all stuff to do with, you know, like a more kind of security leak thing, stuff to do with the duel arena, gambling and all, fucking Vesta longsword pushing, you know, all that stuff. Also order block, which is fun. Yeah, we're skipping all of that because there's some really big, like, I'm talking about, not in a sense of, oh, there's some like deep shit going on at Jagex. No, it's actually to do with the the player community itself. And you'll wonder what I meant in terms of someone going, you know, amiss in the Mauritanian swamps. Well, for anyone who's savvy and knows the RuneScape community quite well, you should know that indeed there is the one legend that is indeed Setold's very own Swampletics. So there was a little drama that happened a little over a month ago in regards to, and I believe I spoke on point about this, indeed the one with Cyrilyn and that. Yes, she who had broken up with Setold, and there was a lot of personal trouble going on right in the behind the scenes and that, you know. I know that people get iffy in terms of, oh, you shouldn't be talking about, shouldn't be, you know, you just don't even talk about it, but it's out there. It's like, I think the next best thing is just inform what, you know, people feel about the kind of controversy that's going on as a whole. And I suppose with this having been said, and it's certainly quite the big controversy indeed, and however, with it being said, what's exactly been going on? So, to cut to the chase here, Swampletics is dead. Not in the, oh, he died, you know, he has to break, you know, Mauritanian rules. No. Like, dead. Like, as in, his account's currently fucked in terms of gear. So how did this happen? Alright, again, to cut the chase here, oh fuck, I forgot to say. Yeah, to get to the short story, also, yeah, that's that done. Indeed. Yeah, just to quickly cut in here, yeah, basically I trade the stuff over to, well, you guessed it, Seth. And you know, he's now got the season, hopefully they'll go back up to value and then I can sell them for a nice 7.5, 8 mil instead of a pish 6 mil. Or if I need an emergency cash stack, I've got the 6 mil right here. You know. But, yeah, so I wonder, I'm just going to, oh, you know, I've got time for that later, fuck it. So, in terms of the short story, yeah, basically he couldn't find his gear, and he fucked, and you know, he lost all of his gear, the Guthlins, and you know, you might think, okay, that's pretty bad, but the 3 item thing should still work, in theory, right? You know, he's not skull, none. No. Apparently, it's not truly what it used to be. Like, you know, I would say, oh, Ultramarine will be untouched, you know, they'll still have the characters. It doesn't work like that. You know, I don't know if this was always the case of Ultramarine or if this was changed recently, but I guess it's a sort of weird way of balancing it. Alright, they've still got the death mechanics where even the, you know, the drops and that, you know, they've got 1 hour to get back to. But everything drops. Like, they have no free play items as far as I'm aware now. It's just, you drop everything, that's it. You've got 1 hour to haul ass, get back there, and if you don't, you is dead. And in terms of losing all your account progress, and because you've not got any banks and that, you can't store shit. Their inventory is their bank. And it's just, yeah, devastating blow, especially with untradables if they, you know, the sort of, I don't know if untradables, like, there's some weird rules. Some untradables, they just, if you die, they get lost. Like Chinchomps and all that. Others, if you die, they're meant to kind of be kept on you, but I don't know how it works with Ultimate Iron Men, as far as I'm aware, but yeah, so essentially there's been a few theories going on. Trust me, the Reddit the past few days has been going bonkers in terms of speculating the 30 fatal tiles, you know, Swamplight's 31st episode and that, in terms of what happened and that, you know, like, was he milking for it? You know, in fact, alright, I'll say all the different ones and I'll go through them one by one. So, 1, was he milking it, you know, to kind of get more videos, content out of it, see how that goes. 2, was he negligent? Did he just get lazy, you know, kind of just got off guard but not really paying attention, you know. 3, was an act of sabotage, you know, with the whole girlfriend breakup thing. Because apparently, well, I'll get more on that later. You know, was it the case of, you know, his girlfriend just, because she has indeed been known to account share, and that's what kind of caused the controversy from a little while ago, and that much was proven. Was it the case she sabotaged it, just got killed, he wasn't aware, and, you know, all of that. 4, was it a case of he wanted to hype people up, saying like, oh, I've died, I've lost all this progress and that, you know. Secretly, he died through your blood, all the inventory is safe in there, and, you know, he could just get whatever little stuff left. Also, damn, yeah. whatever little stuff left, and, you know, call it a day there, you know, just say, oh, psych, and that, I'm actually really ready now for Theory Blood, and just, you know, that kind of thing, buzz up people's interest. Or 5, was it the case he actually already done the Theory Blood, but just kept it under tight wraps until now, and this is him sort of saying farewell to Swampletics by dying and just sort of killing off the account. Well, let's go for each and one of them. Obviously, the first one is bonkers, and that, you know, based on the fact his episodes don't really, it depends. You could say, well, he makes indirect money through the fucking, what's it, the merchandise, you know, like, the actual videos themselves don't make much income because of YouTube's algorithm doesn't really favour his months, you know, weeks distance video, you know, so he doesn't make much income in that sense, but the merchandise certainly does, and I suppose there's a lot of petty donations too, so only very slightly, but you gotta think of this analytically, like, does it make much sense? Yeah, not likely, but you never know. It's like, you gotta kind of think out of the box for some of these cases, and I'd say, plausibly, it's not really realistic, and that, you know, at least as far as my take's concerned, you know, there's always a slim chance, but unlikely. So, the second one, was he negligent? Possibly, yeah, I think this one's got more sort of, not thread, more sort of validity to it. In terms of, well, you know, the whole drama going on, could he have? Possibly, but the thing that doesn't make sense to me is that, you know that, like, it's the sort of case, you know, say, in my younger days now, when I was doing some PVM fighting, you know, not boxing because I was never ready for that, you know, my parents coming in, and like, you know, it's like I could just choose to either get on with it, you know, kind of deal with it, or if I had to go away for a bit, you fucking get out of the danger. You don't like say, oh, I'll just trust that I'll be alive for the next 10, like, or assume that you'll be away for a short distance, or a short time, and that, just move, and it gets out of safety, and like, you know, and for someone who's like priding themselves on, like, you know, surviving the odds, you know, avoiding all dangers, that's really weird. The only thing is that, you know, he's like been avoiding all these dangers, you know, like, but with the drama thing, maybe he hasn't got himself skin. He's only 20 years old, so there's some credit to be given there, but there's some weird thing going on. Now, the third one, I do believe, but it's a dodgy one because, like, oh, how, like, they're really going in with the, oh, you hate women. This is the one where, if it was true, it's like, it doesn't matter, you know, a shitty person does shitty thing, they should be called out regardless of male, women, transgender, you know, British, American, you know, African, Chinese, it doesn't matter. A shitty person does shitty thing, they get called out. But the things we don't really know because it's been so shrouded, and there's been the possible motive he's been wanting to try to disguise as being negligent and that to kind of cover for his girlfriend, which is honourable, but yeah, that's what I'm kind of going for, but we'll wait to see because there's an update. Also, I died. Alright, but anyway. So, as far as the fourth one's concerned and that, you know, is this a whole act tonight, like, to kind of play up? These are the two I'm really unsure about because, I mean, it would be a really shit thing to kind of make up all this legitimate drama, which is, you know, he's actually brought his girlfriend, it's not fake, but to kind of play up saying, oh, I've got all this, you know, like, I've had this down, and it's like, sick, it doesn't feel right. This isn't the kind of situation you would do that for. I mean, it's plausible, but, I mean, Celt's got a bit of a, he's not been exactly the most honest and sincere person, so that's what creates a bit of doubt in people, and I can understand why. And that, you know, it's like, can you trust a man at his word? Maybe. And I personally would be more hesitant. Like, the same thing with a friend and I, like, oh, he's a good, really good, like, nothing wrong. Like, as a professional kind of content creator, he's really good. Personally, as a person, nah, he's not a terrible, it's not just saying he's a shitty person, like, you know, Adolf Hitler, you know, and I won't say that phrase, you know, yeah, SHMF, no, not going there, but, you know, that's the thing. And then finally, the fifth one is similar kind of thing, except he's already done it, same kind of thing, but again, just not as bad, because, you know, it's like, he's already done it, it's just kind of a way of letting himself, you know, be done with the account, you know, it's like, that's already done it, I've killed it, let's move on. And, you know, I guess if I had to be the two, I'd rather be the fifth one, but still, you know, But that's all. That's the main theories at the moment. I'm going with 3 as an sabotage. He's trying to cover up, but all shall be revealed in that either later on today or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure which and that, but yeah. So with all that said, fun shenanigans and all currently in the old school RuneScape community, and I'm still in this wacky Christian community. Oh boy, but. Yeah, I've got some stats to be training with me. Actually getting membership, like full on 1 month membership commentary the first time. I've got a lot more time to train this, so hopefully by the end of this I'll be like all 90s and that. Maybe might be close to getting my first 99. But who knows, eh? Well, I'll see you guys in it. Till then, and farewell.